Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Path of Wellness podcast. I am your host, Nicole, and this is another episode of Wellness Wednesday. This is my weekly feature where I go over things that an acupuncturist, shaman, holistic healer is doing to help keep herself well in 2023. So today for Wellness Wednesday, I wanted to talk specifically about moving meditation. We hear a lot about meditation and the benefits of it and how wonderful it is and how we should all be doing it. And there's a lot of research to back this up. There are so many benefits to meditation. And I personally love meditating in any way, shape, or form. I have experimented with many different types of meditation, with doing meditations at different times of the day. And what I've concluded is that for me personally, I need meditation in my life. I function so much better when I have a regular, consistent meditation practice. And something that I have found is that I really would like to be able to wake up first thing in the morning and meditate. That's what all the experts tell you to do, that you should, wake up, do some sort of morning meditation, whether it's like a gratitude meditation or like a goal setting meditation, just to set the tone for the day that you would like to have. And I cannot tell you how many times I've tried this and I have just not been successful with it, which is frustrating because I am a long time meditator. Like on and off, I've been meditating for, like 13, 14 years. It's been a really long time. And the fact that I can't seem to really meditate in the morning has been a sore spot for me. It makes me feel like I'm not getting the most out of my morning time and my morning routine if I can't meditate. And I've just kind of come to accept this about myself, that there isn't anything actually wrong with me. What I struggle with meditating in the morning is the fact that when you first wake up, you've been laying down, staying still with your eyes closed for hours. And so when you first wake up, for me, the last thing that I want to do is be still and close my eyes again because I just spent however many hours doing that exact thing. Like I'm too sleepy first thing in the morning. If I sit down to, close my eyes and be quiet and still and meditate, I just can't do it because my body wants the opposite. My body wants to get up and move first thing in the morning. The sun is coming up. We've got all this yang, energetic energy when the sun rises. If you've heard of yin and yang, yang is daytime, basically, in Chinese medicine theory. So, you wake up with the sun, and for me, I want to move. Sitting still and meditating with my eyes closed, it just doesn't work for me. And so what I've discovered that does work for me, that allows me to be able to meditate in the morning when I know it's one of the best times for you to meditate, especially for goal setting and, visualizing how you want your day to go, is I meditate while I'm moving. This is not a new concept. Moving meditation has been around for years, thousands of years. Qigong and Tai Qi, I'm sure most of you know what that is by now. It's, it comes from China. It's actually one of the branches of traditional Chinese medicine is moving meditation or exercise or Qigong or Tai Chi. And that is where you meditate while you are doing some sort of an exercise or some sort of physical movement. Yoga, more traditional yoga, is also a form of moving meditation. It's different now, like in America, especially depending on where you're going and what style of yoga that you're doing, there's a lot of practices of yoga now that's solely physical focused, which is great because there are a lot of benefits, physical benefits to yoga. And even if you're just doing it for physical, health, body exercise purposes, you still get the quiet mind, like mental clarity bonuses that you would get if you were doing like a more traditional yoga practice. All this is to say, moving meditation has been around in many forms for many, many years. So it's not a new concept. And I have found that once I just accepted that there's nothing wrong with me to not be able to sit still with my eyes closed first thing in the morning when I first wake up and want to get going. Once I've accepted there's nothing wrong with me, that I don't like that type of meditation in the morning, I then came to accept or just, be more open to moving meditation as the way that I get my meditation in during the morning. So this is what I do. And I wanted to bring this to Wellness Wednesday because I know there's a lot of people that struggle with meditation when it's sitting still and in silence, regardless of the time of day. I can meditate sitting still at other times of the day. It's just early morning is not one of them. But I know that there's a lot of people that can't sit still at all. And for them, if any of you who are listening to this right now are in this boat, I highly, highly encourage you to try a moving meditation. So what does this actually look like other than doing yoga or doing Qigong? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. In fact, this is what I do a lot of the time when I wake up first thing in the morning and do my moving meditation. I go outside. I feel for me going outside is a very important way for me to start my day because I can feel myself connecting to the earth again, after I've been cocooned in my house all night. It's really important for me to see the sky. It's really important for me to see all the birds that are waking up and all the trees around my property and to call in the directions. It's a technique that a lot of shamanic practices do, and honestly just a lot of spiritual practices will have like a ritual where you call in the directions, and that's basically just turning towards each direction, east, south, west, north, and then the sky and the earth below, and just acknowledging each of those directions. It's a way to orient yourself in time and space, to remind you of your connection to source, of your connection to the whole. In Chinese medicine, there are, they call it the three treasures. There's heaven, earth, and man. And it's basically man, or just mankind, humanity, who's on planet Earth, who serves as a bridge between heaven above and earth below. So going outside for me is a way to remind me that I am one of the three treasures. I am connected to heaven above, to earth below, and I am the conduit in between. I'm the bridge. So that's for me step number one of my morning meditation, is to get outside and orient myself with where I am in space and time, to help me remember my connection to nature and to my connection to being part of the world, physical and spiritual. And a lot of the time what I'll do after that is I just walk. If anybody was like looking into because I do this in my backyard, if anybody was looking into my backyard and saw me doing this, they'd probably think that I was crazy. I have a pool in my backyard with like a deck around the whole thing. It's a pretty decent sized pool. So what I do is I do laps walking around my pool on the deck. It's a lot like walking around a track, to be honest, but I'm walking around my pool, which I think provides an extra layer of elemental support because I've got the water element that I am connecting with as well because there's the pool. But I will literally just walk laps around my pool. And I didn't realize that I was meditating at first. It really just was a way for me to move my body and wake myself up. Like I needed to, just wake up. And so I just started walking around the pool one day. I don't even know when it was. And then eventually I realized, oh my gosh, as I was walking, doing my just laps around the pool with no plan, mind you. I started doing this with no plan other than I just need to move. I'm stiff. After sleeping, I just need to move. Once I started doing that, I would get downloads. I would get ideas, things that I didn't have clarity over before, I would suddenly get clarity on. It was to the point where I had to start bringing a journal outside with me when I was doing my laps around the pool, because I would get so many ideas that I needed to write them down, then and there. Otherwise, I was going to lose them forever. And so once I realized, oh my gosh, this is like a moving meditation, I just kind of embraced it. And so now it's just become part of what I do. I get up, I walk around my pool, but because I'm pretty well practiced in a lot of different forms of meditation, including the ones where you sit still and just lots of different styles of meditation. I've brought what I already know about meditation to my moving meditation practice. So I can do Vipassana meditation, for example. That's like a body scan type meditation. I could do that while I'm walking. I start by focusing on my feet hitting the ground with each step, and then I work my way up to my calves, it's a body scan. You just bring your energy and focus and awareness to different parts of your body. It helps you become very grounded and very centered in your body. It's really good if your energy or your thoughts are scattered. So I just started doing this with walking. And if anybody out there has ever learned Vipassana, gone to a Vipassana meditation center, when you learn this technique, you learn it sitting very still. In fact, they tell you to not move at all if you can, not even to scratch an itch. They want you to stay perfectly still when you first learn it so that you don't get distracted. And so it's kind of interesting that was 11 years ago, I think, that I first learned Vipassana. And all these years later, it's kind of interesting that I've been able to take Vipassana and apply it to a moving meditation where I can do the body scan while I'm walking. It provides a different experience when you feel your body in movement as opposed to feeling your body or connecting with your body while you're sitting still. But I've found it to be super, super useful. And once I do the body scan a couple of times, that's when the clarity comes. If I'm feeling foggy about anything, then I finally am able to get some clarity around what I should be focusing on or just how I actually want my day to go. And then from there, I can use the moving meditation to do exactly that, to focus on how I want my day to look. And I do it with the movement. And it's been really, really helpful for me. Like I said, it gets me moving, it wakes me up, it gets me focused. And it's been really useful. So I just wanted to share that for Wellness Wednesday today. If anybody else is struggling with meditating while sitting still, try a moving meditation. If you're not into yoga or don't know how to do Qigong, which I can provide a resource for my favorite Qigong style in the show notes, by the way. But you can do something as simple as just walking. And it can look however you want it to. It can be whatever you want it to be. You don't need to follow any particular style or tradition. For me personally, I like to just feel connected to my body and to orient myself in space and time, because I find that that's what I need after I wake up. Just in general, throughout my day and my life, I need to feel connected to source, to spirit, to the earth, to feel whole. And this is a great way for me to do that first thing in the morning as part of my morning routine. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. If anybody has tried a moving meditation or has a different way that they do it, I would love to hear about it. You can shoot me an email. My email address is info@pathofwellnessacu.com. I will include that in the show notes as well. Or just head on over to my Instagram page where I do my Wellness Wednesday segments and comment in the post below there. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing for moving meditation. Thank you so much for listening. I will catch you